much nicer in person than you do.
That happens sometimes.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Constantly.
You haven't tried to kill us with the stiletto.
Trust me, I'll be ready. Like, look at these.
Oh, here, I gotta get a shot of that.
You want to get a shot?
Yeah, here. Oh, nice. Very nice. Very nice.
The Amanda shoes are crazy. And a lot of people have tweeted, "Are you gonna wear your red shoes?" Well, they're in Toronto, but I'll have something better. Trust me.
Do you get like interesting blowback from that? Because I've known people that play bad guys on TV and they're so good at it that they're like, well, I'm not going to help people like avoid me. Do you have that?
Sure. Just kidding. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's something to be said. Yes, you play strong characters, and put it this way: I go out of my way. I try to go to the grocery store and go pick up my laundry like this. Because if I don't,
Right.
with no expression, I look like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's, I don't want to do that to me. But I've actually seen myself on video at Christmas when I'm having a great time, but with no expression. It's like, oh my God, you look like you're having a terrible time. You look like you're about to kill somebody or liquefy someone's brain. No, it's yeah, well.
No, I do that. In every photo of me I've ever taken, even some of the best moments of my life, everyone's like, why do you look like you're pissed? And I'm like, I don't know, I just cracked out.
I think and I think it's, when you relax and there's no energy. So he's like,
Do you have fun with your character?
I do. I try to. This character's been a little more challenging than others in that she's so controlled and so restrained, and ultimately the first season, Craig purposely left the character and made the character very enigmatic and mysterious. He said, "I'm making her enigmatic and mysterious because I just want to do that, because as soon as I start opening it up, then I have to deal with it." And we don't know yet. We just don't know. So obviously in the second season we saw a lot more. She actually didn't succeed all the time. In fact, she lost a lot, in my opinion, too much. But she had empathy for Alex. She had empathy for Nikita. She had empathy and feelings for Percy. However messed up all of that was, it was still real. But in the next season, I'm assuming she's going down a darker path because of all of these betrayals. And we have to remember, except for rarely, I don't think Amanda really leaves division. In fact, I know I've only worked on location maybe a couple times. So when I'd go to work, I'd go to our stage and our studio, and I'd be in division. This year, I'm going to have to drive in the snow. I'm going to have to drive. Who knows where I'm going to have to go. But she's underground and in exile, the way Nikita was. Mm-hmm. So we'll have this kind of, just the way Nikita was in the first season, and she was obsessed with getting Percy in division. I think Amanda's going to be obsessed with getting Nikita this year.
And will she succeed?
I have no idea. I don't know. We have to assume people will perish in this show. I don't know, but that's the way the show's designed. You got to take one from the good, you got to take one from the bad. In that order. I don't know.
But you outlasted Percy and Carla, so.
I would assume. I was talking with Craig, and I said, in the first series, I used to watch it. She committed suicide. She took a cyanide pill. Do you remember that? Alberta Watson's character. She was being debriefed, and she was in prison, and she said, "You won't get anything from me," and popped it and killed herself. I said, "We can't do that again."
It's purely from an artistic standpoint.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm interested in her new journey. Craig had said that you're going to have a new look. Have you
Did
had
he?
any new? Yeah, and have you talked about that yet?
You can
or
see
have
my
you had
hair's
the wardrobe
bright
fitted?
red right now. Have you noticed that? Actually, it was purple yesterday. I was just trying a new color. It came in a little brighter than I expected, but I figured it's Comic-Con, so why not?
I'm a star.
She was copying me. She was copying me years
Yeah, she's
ago.
a copycat.
We haven't figured it out. I think it would be interesting to show in just a few images that, whoa, this is Amanda, something different.
Yeah.
She's been going through something. She's changed her look. I mean, would it be cool if it was like super like Rosemary's Baby or short Vidal Sassoon,
Yeah.
Hooray!
How cool would that
So, well, let us know. You can tweet me your ideas. Amanda's new look. Oh, and then somebody, of course, there'll be people, I hate it. So what?
Because Amanda was betrayed, like, do you think that she'll be able to, like, trust people to help her in her vengeance?
That's my question. I said, is Ari still there? Because at the end of it, it was almost like she could kill him in a second, right? I don't know. Or is it true love? Like, they made it seem like it was. I think she's such a flawed human being that as much as I would like to think that she's capable of true love, I think she was using him. I mean, these are all my speculations. And the more we speculate as actors, and the more we talk about it with the writers, because it is a writer's medium. It's really about them being inspired to write. The more we collaborate and throw ideas back and forth, the more they come up with fun ideas, and oftentimes they come up with 95% of everything, 99% of it. But every once in a while we throw something at them that they'll pick up on.
Well, we know almost nothing about Amanda's background. The least of anybody, I think.
Probably, and I have a feeling they might explore that this year. We might get into her background.
Do you have any theories about her background?
Theories? Yeah. Well, there's all kinds of different routes you could take. She could be just like Alex or Nikita. She could be a kid off the street or she could be from an affluent family and well educated, and some traumatic thing happened in her life. She could just be a victim of the government. I mean, the government is known for creating brainwashing killers. I hope it's something a little more interesting than that. But I think they've thrown around a lot of different ideas, and those are questions you should ask Craig directly. Did you ask him?
No.
I want to piggyback on that earlier question for a second. The relationship between Amanda and Ari last week was one of my favorite parts. What was it like when you were working with Peter Underwood? Because you two were great together.
He's wonderful. He's a fantastic actor. He's super well loved and adored, especially in Canada and well respected. He's just a normal guy with a wife and 2 kids, and I have a daughter. And we literally just talk about kids and our parenting styles and and the latest drama at home, and so that's always nice on set. And just a committed actor. When you can tell, it's great to work with veteran actors who've done it, been around the block, and you commit to in a scene and you look each other in the eye and you just know that this is going to turn out great, and that's when it becomes a real joy. So he's definitely falls in that category with me.
I remember that other show. I was watching something else that he was in, like totally different look. And I'm like, I can't do the same thing.
Right. No, I think it's great when people don't recognize. People didn't recognize me from CSI at the OC. They never knew. It's like, well, come on, it's a completely different character.
It is. You created a totally different.
Yeah, Amanda's become Lady Heather. We're wondering how she's been making money. She's become a dominatrix. She's torturing people. Right? I mean, who knows? It'll be interesting to convey that. If he says I have a new look, it'll be interesting to see what that's going to be.
So you're not going to end up being Alex's sister?
Mother. Yeah, right, sister.
All those tapes where the 2 of you are there, both face shots, and it's like, oh my gosh, are we going to have family ties?
Oh, wow, I didn't think about the sister part.
A.L., A.M., Alex, Amanda, is there Anna?
I know, I guess I'm sure they've thrown that out there, but it probably seems too obvious.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Do you like the way your character's going?
I do. I think it's fantastic. I certainly, like I said, I really hope that we don't ignore all of the development that we spent on her last year, because I think it's one of those things when you take a character like this and you actually do show emotion and peel back the layers. For some people, it's like, oh, I don't want to know that she has a heart, she has just feelings. It's just so, but they're all human beings and they have hearts and feelings. But I really hope we address the fact that Percy is not there anymore and how much that's damaged her. Because even though she was about to kill him, and it was something she didn't want to do. It's like I keep saying, it's like Bjorn Borg and McEnroe. When Bjorn Borg stopped playing tennis, McEnroe was like, there was no fight anymore, and it felt the game was never the same. And Amanda ultimately is betrayed by Percy because, and it's something that they never. It was something that Xander and I really discussed at length, which was a relationship and what it was, whether it was physical or not. It was this hyper-intellectual relationship that lent itself to we're better than everyone in the world and we can do this together. And Amanda never saw herself without him, yet he probably did see himself without her. And so she felt so betrayed when he went off and did this other thing that ultimately said, why did you put this up? You screwed it. You screwed it up for us. And he's probably alive because she kept him alive. And now she's being forced to kill him. And in those scenes, she's like, I didn't want to do this, but now you're forcing me to. However, the fact that he actually perishes at the hands of Nikita, that's, even though he's dead, it's not cool with Amanda. If he was going to die, it was going to be because of me. So I think there still needs to be, I almost think there's some revenge in there too. There's a lot of things to go after Nikita about. I think that's going to be pretty much the theme this season for Amanda.
You guys said that he's like planned out 3 seasons. How much of that plan? Right? Yeah. How much of that plan do you know?
He said he planned out 3 seasons originally.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure he has like a rough plan, and it's probably changed. But like I said, I have a feeling. It's funny. I don't know. When you do that, I've been doing this a long time. Well, I should be proud of it. But I can kind of, the things that, just based on the way the show is going, I can a lot of times predict with a pretty good percentage of what's going to happen. And a lot of things I can't. But I do know that obviously. But like I said, until we actually read the scripts, we really don't know. And the writers are very good about not telling us. But if you go to Craig, he reveals what he wants to reveal. So I do know that you won't see Amanda in every episode this season, and you're going to see her kind of disappear like Voldemort, and she's out there like Voldemort building up.
Yeah, he said that you were going to come back in episode 4.
Yeah,
I'm not. Kind of hinted at that.
Yeah, and right now, I'm not coming back to episode 4. So I just don't. I certainly don't think you can have every episode having Amanda trying to get Nikita. There's so much story to tell, and outside of Amanda being just the only bad guy, there's other bad guys out there, and I think they're exploring that this season, which is good and creative and the right thing to do for the show.
Can I ask one kind of cheap question? Tomorrow is the Firefly anniversary, 10 years.
I heard about that.
I remember you very much in that role in Heart of Gold. Even though the episode never aired, as Firefly fans still love you. I thought that last one didn't air. Okay, that one aired. So Heart of Gold.
It was the last one I shot, but for some reason there was one that didn't air. But I watched it on TV, so I know it aired.
Yeah, well, I wanted to know, do you have any thoughts on sort of now 10 years later, we're having this anniversary, it's probably going to be one of the most packed panels at the convention center. Do you have any thoughts on on that, just sort of that the fandom has so strong.
Dang, I should have brought my Firefly photos. Because let me tell you, they are the most loyal fans of anyone. I do know that I feel like it was the last episode. And I just remember it was one of the best casts, the best energies I've ever been around, and that cast loved each other, and Nathan and Gina, and the whole cast. They were really a loving, wonderful, they loved coming to work every day kind of cast, and they were really disappointed. They were very disappointed to have for the show to be canceled, and rightfully so.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Cool.